Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Studio Cadia. Today we have a Stencil Fade Out simple thank you card using the Studio Cadia Autumn Borders. This is from the newest fall release, along with the Large Polka using the stencil. For the colors, we're using Distress Oxide and Peeled Paint, Spice Marmalade, and Fired Brick. And then we're going to use some white embossing powder for our sentiment. The sentiment's going to be coming from the Autumn Borders. We're going to be using the Happy Thanksgiving. And then we're going to do the fine detail white from Simon along with the watermark ink and some Studio Cadia embellishments to get started. All right, so I'm going to begin with our polka stencil. We're going to begin is by adding some of this purple tape. And what this is going to do is going to hold the stencil in place, and we are going to stick it onto a piece of printer paper that we had left over. Then we are going to begin with our ink blending. We're going to grab that Spice Marmalade, which is just a beautiful orange color. We're going to grab our ink blenders, and we are really going to focus the main color on this edge. And the reason why is that we're going to bring the color down, and then we're going to fade out right here, if that makes any sense. So we're going to add that marmalade. Super easy Thanksgiving card. It's a great way to mass produce any Thanksgiving cards that you might be planning. And all the products will be linked at the bottom of this video. That way you can see everything, and then grab your Studio Cadia products. And we're going to add just a little bit of that Spice Marmalade at the bottom. And as you can see, we're adding a super dark grading, and then it's going to come down, and this is going to be where it fades out. Now we're going to grab the Fired Brick. All right, we're going to grab that color. We're going to bring it right here. And we're going to bring it down, and we're going to fade it out down here. Really concentrating it up here. Okay. Then we're going to remove our stencil. You have this beautiful gradient color going on here. So we're going to attach the Fade Out stencil to the cardstock that we have here that kind of matches that peeled paint. All right, so I have placed some adhesive on the back of our Stencil Fade Out cardstock. We're going to mat this right onto that cardstock that matches the peeled paint. And now you have this really pretty fade out. So we're going to grab our second piece of cardstock, and again, this is just one of the scraps left over, and we're going to stamp the Happy Thanksgiving from the Autumn Border stamp set. So we're going to get this ready to go. I'm going to be using some white embossing powder along with my white embossing ink. I have my Happy Thanksgiving ready to go. I'm going to ink this up, and then I'm going to stamp it down here, and actually I'm going to try to center it so I can create a ribbon from this sentiment stamp. Once that's nice and it's ready to go, as you can see, it's absolutely perfect. We are going to cover it up with the white embossing powder, shaking off any excess, and then we're going to heat set and trim it. All right, now that it's ready to go, we're going to begin by assembling our card. I have some foam adhesive. I'm going to cut off a strip. We're going to place it down here where we have that fade out, not quite all the way to the bottom, and the reason why is that we really want to be able to see where that faded out. We're going to place the Happy Thanksgiving over it. The foam's going to really raise it, and then we're going to cut the excess off the end there. So we're going to grab our scissors. Once the scissors have been found, we're going to flip this over, and then we're going to trim the edges. You can do this with the paper trimmer, or you can freehand it such as I'm doing. But by following the lines, you get those straight edges at the end. And then for a finishing touch, we're going to be using the Right Parmesan Pearls, which is kind of like a little pink, a little orange. They're actually quite pretty. We're going to grab our Studio Katana tool, our Crystal Katana tool, and then we're going to add a couple of the pearls. I'm going to do 2 on each side. And then we're going to grab and place There are different sizes in this mix, so it would allow you to really mix the two sizes. So I suggest doing a large and one of the smaller pearls. Okay. And that does it, guys. Super easy stencil fade out happy Thanksgiving card using Studio Cadia products and stencils. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.